Whoa, finally, the aftermath of Typhoon Odette, creating the path of destruction in part of the Philippines and certainly Cebu, leaving families homeless, businesses destroyed, and the loss of life just before Christmas week. Let's look forward to a healthy, safe New Year in 2022. And we at On the Ball Report ask for your patience as we return to cover Philippine football and certainly international news. So keep well. I'm your host, Pete Irvine, and yes, of course, it is for the love of football. Welcome to part 1 of OTB Report, and it's coming from Apica at Crossroads in Cebu City. Great place to meet friends and football fans, of course. Well, with us is a very, very special guest, one of the first female managers of a professional football side, believe it or not, in the Professional Football League in the Philippines. And of course, Hannah Wong. Hannah, I've got to start off by asking you, how on earth did you get involved in football?
I was very lucky to be connected with the Cebu football team. I was just referred actually by a friend. And I am actually from the hotel industry, and this is my first time to be part of the football industry.
So in the hotel industry, what did you do?
I was part of the events. I used to handle events.
So there you go. Events, you can set events, obviously event in teams, whether it be training, whether it be on day match reports, etc. But when we look at you joining the club there, I mean, what kind of responsibility do you have with the club?
Well, at first, I was since the club is a new team, so we had to acquire the license of the team to join the Philippine Football League. So I was in charge of processing the requirements of the team. Yeah.
So Hannah, I mean, with that kind of responsibility, you're up against, and I used in the contents politely, you're up against some real experienced sides. When I think of how many experienced sides have been in the league.
Yeah. Yes. We're the newest team in the league right now, and some teams have been there for quite a long time already.
So when we look at your team side as you manage, it's a very, very young team, to say the least. So what other managers' responsibilities do you look after? The discipline of the players, their if they're getting educated at college in between? I know COVID's here right now, but what happens when the players are away from training?
I still get in touch with them. Like now, it's the off season, so I still get to talk to some of the players. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and regarding their school, some of them are doing it online.
Right.
Yeah. So
which is good.
Which is good. So when there's tournaments, they can still go online class during.
Yes. Yeah. Without any doubt. Now, health of a player is so important. I mean, training day comes. Can you tell whether a player is under the weather?
Yes, you can actually tell if they're feeling something like under the weather. Yeah, they can be very hyper. So there are times when you can see why are they very they don't look okay, and then some of them have like flu or something.
Yeah. Now what about their eating habits? I mean, with my eating habits, I'm into burgers and French fries. But, well, not really, but I try and watch what I eat. How about the players? Do you discipline them on the kind of menus that they should be working from?
Yes, we do have, we have one supplier that's Green Table. They provide us with healthy fruits. So the players get to drink the smoothie after their training.
Explain what a smoothie is. I always get confused. To me, if smoothie is plenty of sugar in, plenty of chocolate in, whipped cream on top, is that a smoothie?
For Green Table, they actually have it packed. So it's mixed. The fruits, the nuts or oats, and some veggies inside. So all you have to do is just add in milk, no sugar.
Now,
all natural.
When players turn up for training, I know you've got this all-weather pitch that they train on. Do you weigh them? Is there a constant booking in to see whether they're working hard enough to maintain their weight level?
Yeah, we actually weigh them before and after training. So we monitor also their weight. Yeah.
And of course, $1 million question is the director of football is Owa Tasik. Do you converse with him and say, hey, number 4 player, he's not working hard enough?
Yeah, we do have some talks with Sir Ur, but mostly it's him and Coach Bing also.
Yeah. Do you work with the coaches?
Yeah, we do talk. We do have some meetings with the coaches also, and we talk a lot regarding the players, the schedule.
Now, the $1 million question, folks, I've got to say to you is discipline. Here you have a female manager. Tough. How does she handle some of the players? Probably like me, too much yapping.
Oh, they can get really noisy and rowdy because they're boys, but they're actually very nice. They listen when you tell them to stop and listen to the coach, or they listen.
Well, I know you're very busy, and we know we said that this is part 1 of the interview. We're going to have part 2 coming up, but just to line that up, because I know you've got certain things to do. The big event is the Paulinho Alcantara event.
Yeah.
It was a good event, and I got to tell you, folks, it was covered pretty well with the media here. Remember, the media sometimes need a little bit of G'ing up, but it was perfect. So thanks again, and for the love of the game, I'm your host, Pete Irvine. Stay with us next week as we follow up on the Cup event. As they say, what a few days can make after the recent sacking of Manchester United's manager, the legend Solskjaer. And with the recent results for United, a draw against Chelsea and a win against Arsenal, are there brighter days ahead? But now comes the downside for United. After 15 years, player-coach Michael Carrick decided to step down as caretaker manager. Here's Carrick's remarks after that big Arsenal win.
Could be here all night, Simon, if I talk you through the whole thing. It's 15 and a half years I've been here now, and it takes over your life. It should do as well. Dedicated everything I could possibly do to as a player, and obviously as a coach. And I promised my family when I was playing that after I'd finished playing, because we put so much into it, that I'd retire and we'd have a bit of time together. And it never happened. I came straight into coaching, and it consumes your time even more. Just in recent days, and it's just that gut feeling that timing's right, feels right. It's not been easy to make the decision in that respect, but in terms of family and how I feel right now, I'm really content and happy and looking forward to what's ahead. But it's a roller coaster. It's been amazing. I've had incredible memories, some special nights. Tonight obviously was special, but tonight wasn't about me. It was the players and the fans, and experiencing them type of nights, which you should do.
And as Michael Carrick, he's just only 40 years old, and his experience as a player and coach will give him new horizons in football. But it was Ronaldo who stole the show against Arsenal, as he achieved 801 goals for club and country. And of course, congratulations to Ronaldo, and there's more to come. Now enters another new expert of football, the German Ralf Rangnick, as the interim manager for United until January. We'll see what happens then. But the question is, how many players will be moved out in January? And, wait for this one, could Ronaldo decide to leave? Well, time will tell. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Pete Irvine, for the love of the game, of course, covering Philippine football and international news. This has been brought to you by Sun Sports and Bad Beat Sportswear. Share, like, subscribe and ring the bell for news, interviews, breaking stories. Thanks for watching On The Ball Report.